this. Hey guys, welcome to the Drift Podcast. I'm Travis.
And I'm Ben.
I'll turn that sound off.
And today we're here with Alex from America, and he's on today to tell us all about grassroots drifting and the stuff that happens in America, which we don't actually get to see. So, yeah, welcome to the show, Alex.
Yeah, introduce
What's
yourself.
up, guys?
And tell us what you drive, where you live. Yeah, a bit about you.
My name is Alex Velasquez. I'm 27 years old. I live here in Southern California, Pomona, California to be exact, about 30 minutes east of LA. So I'm in like what you call the Inland Empire, which is the valley.
Rad.
So like what I drive right now is I have an 86 Toyota Corolla with a 4AG inside of it. And then I have my 1983 Toyota Cressida with a 1JZ swap. Those are the two cars that I have running right now. I have a S13, a TE70 in the backyard, and another 86, but those aren't running at the moment.
Yeah, fair enough. Is it a VVTi 1J or a non-VVTi?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a VVTi.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
How much I'll start you off with a quick question. How much do the VVTi 1Js go for over there these days?
1JZ with Lumen ECU, no transmission. It'll probably run you about $1,800 American.
With a R154?
No trans.
Oh, no transmission.
The R154 out here sells for at least $1,200 to $1,500.
That's probably cheaper than what they sell for here. You know, you can buy them brand new for a Toyota for about 3,100 AUD, which is like
I know,
2,500
yeah.
American, like brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's sick.
No, cool.
Right.
Well, we'll start off with proper questions. I want to know a bit more about that 86.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, he's had two 86s, so
yeah, okay.
Like the 86 that I started talking to.
We should
Alex.
introduce who he is to us.
Well, yeah. I know Alex from, we just started talking on Instagram and then we became really good friends, and he used to have a
He's
coupe
got a
86.
Corolla. I had a Corolla. That was it. Yeah.
Yep.
And they had this really rad notchback, which unfortunately got rear-ended, and I cried a lot when that happened. So yeah, tell us a bit about that one to start with.
I had a coupe. That's what I started off in. I got hit by a drunk driver just a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
I was coming home from a friend's little car meet that we do over in maybe 30 minutes away from my house. Just shit luck is what it was. The dude hit me. He completely totaled out the car. The entire right side rear quarter panel got pushed forward. He snapped my straight axle in half, and he buckled my forelink forward. So like the entire under the car got fucking destroyed as well. I bashed my head in pretty bad on the sunroof. I have a 4-point harness and my bucket seat inside the car. But at the time, I just had my 2-point on because I was on the street. I didn't want to get, if a cop pulls me over, I didn't want to get messed with. Ended up bashing my head, and I got rushed to the hospital. It was a wild night. I got the car back, luckily, about a day later. I towed it out of the tow yard myself, stripped it down, and I found the hatchback shell that I'm currently using right now. I swapped everything over to that one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So did you have insurance and shit, or how does that work over there?
Well, my insurance covered like my medical bills and stuff, but the guy who hit me, he was drunk, he was high, so he had a DUI for that night. He's actually in jail right now for what he did.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, actually it was a hit and run because the dude hit me, and then his car was in pieces, like his motor was on the floor and everything. He had a 94, 95 Honda Accord with a slant front, and that whole thing was destroyed. He ended up trying to run down the freeway on foot and try to get away from the cops.
Yeah, wow.
So it was a really bad night, dude. Yeah. But yeah, like I lucked out though in the end because I found the Virgin hatchback shell that I have now, and that thing's holding up great.
So how many 86s can you just find over there these days? Because they're getting pretty hard to find in Japan, Australia. I think even Ireland's even starting to
Ireland's
find
drying
them
up now.
Yeah, I think most of the world that I'm aware of is drying up on them. How are you guys going with 86s over there?
Dude, to be honest with you, you see some guys giving away free shells that are no rust. No rust on them. They're actually fucking rolling half the time. And dudes are like, I can't take it with me to my next house. I have no room. My second kid is on the way. That's always the best excuse. Bring a trailer and come pick it up and come save it for, in case it goes. Either you come save it today or it goes to the junkyard and gets scrapped.
No way.
Yeah.
Man.
We still find old Corollas in the junkyard. I don't know about you guys, but we can still go rip parts off of them.
Nah, there's nothing like that here.
Nah.
Like no Sylvias, no Skylines, no Corollas. Nothing ends up in a junkyard anymore.
No. They're all private parted if they are.
Yeah.
But like we'll pay, I would say, between $10,000 to $20,000 US for an 86, depending on condition and what it comes with.
So that depends on the motor, if it's JDM spec, all that stuff,
depends
right?
if it's actually a JDM imported one as well.
Yeah, because we
can import them.
Got you.
Yeah. But yeah, they're still pretty damn expensive. But even for like what you guys would call your base model with the 4AC.
Yeah, essentially your guys' SR5s.
Yeah.
Which is what we got.
No, aren't the SR5s the good ones?
No,
Which one's the good one?
GDSs are the good ones. SR5s are like
the
our
GTS
ADM
is the better one.
Yeah.
They came with 4AC, T50, S-Series.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't get T-Series over there. You didn't get T-Series?
T-Series came in the
GTSs?
Yeah.
So the GTSs
we
were just
did get
full JAP spec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for the motor had AFM, I'm pretty
Did
sure.
they have a Zenki and a Kuki US model?
Of course, yes.
Okay. We didn't.
We didn't.
But you guys got no 11s? There's none?
The States didn't get any kind of 11. All we got was a Terreno. Yeah, so we got pop-up front end for everything.
You don't want to know how much they go for over here.
Yeah. You want to start selling stuff?
I've been telling Ben for the longest time, let's get a business going. I'll start sending him a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
After last week, I'm pretty keen.
Yeah. Yeah, he's getting my old front bar as well, so which is a Treno front bar.
Now
so
I'm also going back to Treno. So.
Yeah. Because he's one of the lucky ones to have a which one is it?
I got a Goodline bonnet.
Yeah, Goodline bonnet, genuine Goodline bonnet.
Treno one in Australia as far as we can figure out. So I'm keen.
Yeah. Okay, well, how about Cressidas?
Yeah.
They're not called Cressidas, by the way. It's a Cressida.
Ooh, we got to start fighting now.
Yeah, we're saying it wrong. Yeah, fuck.
Well, it was like another guy from America last week was going on about how I say Laurel.
Yeah, we got a message on the podcast. Whoever this is, hi. You're messaging us about Trav's pronunciation of Laurel. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, because it's like Laura. You say Laura and then L at the end. Laurel.
Yeah.
I think you guys say Laurel.
I know. Yeah, I'm guilty to say Laurel. Yeah.
Oh, terrible. I think we need to get Jay on and find out.
Yeah,
how
we'll
Japanese
get Jay on and do translations for everything. But yeah, tell us a bit about the Cressida and how you came to own that, because that was a pretty interesting story.
To be honest, dude, my friend, it started off with my friend's brother, James. He had the car before his brother Gabe did, and he kept it with the 5M inside of it. He just kept it pretty simple. He had like front coilovers on it, KYB AGX rear shocks with cut springs in the rear. He had Takiari pipes on it. He was one of the first cats that I knew here in the States who had like over 6 foot pipes on his car. And that guy used to daily that thing and drive 20 miles to work. He didn't care.
Far out.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit whatsoever. At some point he picked up an FRS. He wanted something newer and he was going to sell the Cressida. His brother wanted to keep it within the family, so he bought the car off of him. But his brother wants a JZX really bad. Now, we don't have JZXs here in the States, so that's everyone's fucking wet dream right there, is to have one. So most of the guys just get a 1J and swap it inside of a Cressida and they call it a day. Because it's, any kind of an X8 is just it's basically a JZX81.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, yeah. So he wanted to keep this older chassis with the 1983. He got the motor swapped in by Drift Motion here in the States. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Yeah,
they built a
couple of things off them before, actually.
Oh, sure.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I've got the excessive manufacturing mounts, and then I've heard good things about the Drift Motion exhaust manifold that they do or used to do. That one's really big for them. What is it? Quicksilver manifold. That's meant to be really good for the VVTi 1Js. Yeah, but I bought a couple of little things back in the day when I had my JZX 100. So yeah,
they're literally 10 minutes from my house. Up the
really?
Street.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. Everything's pretty local here in SoCal. We're pretty lucky to have most of the big companies down here.
Because you guys would have what's a really big drift parts company over there? Oh God,
is it Godspeed?
No.
Powered by Max?
No, it'll come back to me. Yeah, no, that's fine. But no, yeah, definitely. You'd have heaps of stuff around there.
Yeah,
for parts wise.
You name the company, it's within driving distance. So we'll pick up stuff.
Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah, no, that's sick.
Yeah.
So obviously bits are easy to find then.
It is. Everything down here is pretty easy to find. Just give somebody a call and ask if it's in the warehouse. Go pick it up the same day.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I wish we had that.
Yeah. Also, since we're not shipping anything, they give us a little bit of a discount on the cash prices too.
Oh yeah, sick. Cool.
Yeah. But about Drift Motion though, in this Cressida, he didn't have the time or the patience or the know-how of swapping the 1J into the Cressida. So he just took it over to Drift Motion, dropped it off with them, and he purchased the motor and had them rebuild it and then swap it into the car. That's honestly, he put 8,000 miles on the car. He daily drove it during the summertime. He has 2 cars at home besides the Cressida. He had no time for it with work and everything else. So when I was about to import a car from Japan, I let him know about it. And he was like, oh, before you do that, why don't you buy my Cressida? You know what it is. And you know who did the work to it. You know how it runs. You like the older chassis as well. So when I I saw the car was up for sale. I was like, why not? I ended up picking up the car off of him for 5,000 American. So I got it for really cheap, but
wow.
That was a friend's price.
Yeah.
And it came with a lot of goodies, dude. Honestly, I've got a Mark III Supra rear LSD. That's been rebuilt by Weir Performance. I have a one-piece aluminum drive shaft. I'm still on a W58 transmission, but the trans has been rebuilt, so it's butter. It's so smooth.
Yeah, it'll also be butter without breaking.
When it fucking explodes. Yeah, I know. Dude, trust me. All the videos you guys see on my Instagram of me, drifting the car and beating on it, I'm actually not clutch kicking whatsoever.
No. That's smooth shifting.
I'm so afraid. Yeah. I swear to God, dude.
Not accelerating in first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, when everyone's blasting down the straightaway, like fucking bouncing off rev limiter in first gear, I'm behind them granny shifting. I'm already in third gear trying to cruise it. Yeah, I don't trust that transmission to save my life.
No.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Fair enough. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and what's going to happen with the S13 now?
I bought a rebuild kit for the KA motor. What the plan for that car is, I don't want to swap a V8. I don't want to swap anything big inside of it. No SR. I want to keep it 100% street legal here in California. And the laws over here right now are fucking crazy. Really? I don't want... It's pretty bad. Yeah, everyone's getting this thing called a referee ticket, which basically means if you get that ticket from a highway patrol officer or a city cop, they're asking you to take the car into a government facility to be smog checked and inspected. And any little modification,
wow,
you're getting busted. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's very expensive as well. After I think I'm gonna say 3 strikes of you getting caught with that vehicle with illegal modifications, the 4th time the car gets crushed. And the worst part is it's court mandated that you have to be present while the vehicle's being crushed.
Far out.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Nice. So we have in Queensland mod plates. You go and like someone who's qualified says that your car is modified legally. You get a plate in your engine bay and you get the paperwork to say that, yes, everything on this list is done correctly. Do you guys have that or anything like that?
Yes, you can. You can get something called a bar. What you do is say the vehicle has to be sold here and the motor itself has to be sold here. Doesn't matter what brand it is, as long as it was sold here, it can go inside. So legally, I can swap a 2JZ into any of my cars.
Yeah,
that's how it would work out legally. But I have to make sure that all emissions pass. My dashboard, everything has to work. And then you have to take it into one of those state referee places to go get inspected, and they're going to do all the testing on it. If it passes, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. I think it's about $3,000 or $4,000 to get done. But they give you a new number plate for your door. So in your door jamb, you have your little plate in there, and it says your VIN number and the specs of the motor and everything. If a cop pulled you over and wanted to give you some shit over it, all you have to do is open your door and, tell them to fuck off.
Yeah. That's still a lot of money, though, for if it passes.
Yeah.
Like,
whereas, like, mod plates here.
Thing. A lot of guys don't have the money for that, dude. It's a pain in the ass to get it done.
Is that just a California thing, or is that throughout most of America?
Literally, it's just a California thing. That's the reason why a lot of California dudes like to register their cars in the surrounding states, which would be Arizona, Nevada, Oregon, because their smog emission and modification laws are nowhere near as strict as ours. Yeah. And on top of that, registration fees are literally pennies compared to what we pay over here.
Really?
Yeah.
So on average, what do you pay for like a 4-cylinder car for a year's worth of rego?
If it depends on if it's newer or older, but take for example the 86. Like that car is as old as it is. I'm still paying $120 a year just to keep it on the road.
That's nothing.
That's nothing. I'd be cool.
We're $1,000 a year.
Yeah.
Basically. I know you guys in Japan, you guys pay so much money. I feel bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Jay was saying on his episode how much of a pain in the ass it is for his car to be registered, but he has to pay. It worked out to be about the same amount as us per year, but I think he has to pay 2 years at once as well.
Yeah,
so
2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So there's just so other. The biggest thing about Japan as well is all the paperwork that goes along with it. It's all in kanji, and it's a massive screw around. So
it's a pain in the ass. Yeah,
and workshops don't like you like working on modified cars as well, because then they can be liable, similar to Australia, but a hell of a lot more strict. So he works at a tire shop, but he's not allowed to change tires for his car there. Even though it's a D1 car shop or like a D1 sponsoring car shop and everything, like it's crazy. Yeah. So
no, but yeah. So, anyways, continuing on from there and to finishing off the S13.
Oh, so yeah, I want to keep the S13 100% legal. I'm just going to rebuild the KA24E single cam motor I have inside of it.
Actually, you can answer a question for us.
Yeah.
The S13 240 only ever came out with a KA24E, and the Ds came out in the S14s, correct?
Because I thought that they got Ds in some of the S13 styles.
I believe it's the last year of S13 here in the States. Yes, the S13. So I think it's like 91 or 92 when they stopped making those, or 93. 93 it is.
Yep.
Those got a dual cam motor inside of them.
Because I had seen a few with these, so that's
yes.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
How's
okay. And it's just a hatch or a coupe?
It's a hatch, yeah. It's a hatch. I have a Sylvia front end on it.
Oh, so you do? Because that's my next thing.
Yeah, I guess it would be a Sil 40. I'm guessing.
It's just, of course, Sil 80.
Yeah, it's just a Sil 80. If it's a hatchback with the Sylvia front, Sil 80. So
yeah, it's a Sil 80. Yeah.
And they actually came out in Japan. If you didn't know, that's what made
Kids Hearts
all famous. And they were all that blue color from
Alex
the initial D one.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
All of them were that color.
I was pretty bummed the last trip I did to Japan. We went down to Nagoya and we went to Garage. And
it's terrible.
It was closed down. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even closed down, but it might have been when I went there. It was just terrible. Yeah, no one wanted to talk to us. They just immediately put their heads down as soon as we walked in, and it was just there was nothing. But did you go to Liberty Walk? Did you go to the Toyota Museum there? What else is in Nagoya? There's so much car stuff in the Nagoya.
Factory, MCR Factory.
MCR, yep.
We went to MCR Factory and Garage Defend while we were out there.
Yep. There's that Rocky Auto used to be, but he shut down his business front and he's operating out of his house, which no one knows where it is because it's just full of Zeds. So because they're getting so expensive, he doesn't want anyone knowing where all of his Zeds are anymore. So, but
yeah. Gotcha.
Speaking of Zeds, actually, they're cheap over there too, aren't they? The older ones, like 240 Zeds and stuff.
You can find an S30 out here running for about $3,000.
I think it's time to book a ticket.
They're probably about 50,000 US here.
Best part about California is most of our cars don't have rust.
Definitely time to move.
Even though they're near the ocean? Or are they just that far away from the ocean still, even though they're in California?
But no snow and no salt on the roads.
As long as you're not right at the water, you're good. Honestly, both my 6s, they don't have rust on them.
That's nuts.
Nuts. A little bit jealous.
So Ben, when you get some money together, you can, throw a few bucks at me, and I might send you my shell.
I'm keen.
Yeah,
very keen.
Send a few notches over here. Notches are like 20 US,
shell.
20k US.
Yeah, they're just
every
ridiculous.
Day of the week here. So yeah,
but yeah. Anyways, tell us a bit more about your Japan trip, bro.
We went out there mostly to have just fun with friends this time. We went to go travel, so we landed in Tokyo. We were staying in where were we staying at? It's right above Ueno. So we were still in Tokyo. We traveled down to Nagoya, down to Kyoto, down to Osaka. We were lucky enough when we were in Osaka, I have a couple of friends out there. My friend Hirofumi, he set up a bunch of stuff for us, so we got to visit a bunch of Kanjo shops while we were out there. But we went when all the locals went to that shop, we went to No Good Racing, and also we went to Garage Kiyotaki, which is, I guess, the Dragon Garage or whatever. Those guys, super fucking nice. They treated us really well. Couldn't have asked for anything more. All the local dudes came out that night having beers, showing us their cars. I don't speak a word of fucking Japanese. If it wasn't for Google Translate, I wouldn't be able to fucking, know where the restroom is at in Japan. Yeah. So they had a lot of patience with us. But the best part was anytime we showed them our cars and we're like, oh, we have an 8.6, we have a Cressida, they blew up over it because they were like, oh, you guys have older cars out there you guys are still beating on them. That's pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, that's rad.
So which cities did you end up going to?
Well, we were all over Osaka, and then we were only down there for about 2 days.
Oh, okay.
We had to come back up to Tokyo. It was just a really fast trip. We were only there for 2 weeks, so we had to make everything happen within those 2 weeks. It was because of everyone's work schedules, and we were in such a big group this third time going out there. We just had to, play it by ear and just go with the flow, basically.
Yeah.
So 0 plans whatsoever. A bunch of shit got canceled. We did other shit that we didn't think we were going to do, which is pretty rad. So no matter what though, just me being over there and stepping foot on Japanese soil, I'm already in a good mood. I'm happy. As long as I've got a beer in my hand and a cigarette in the other, I'm cool with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And just so people know, you can leave comments on the live videos because I'll just check them periodically anyway as well. So anyone who wants to leave some comments, we'll ask them.
Yeah.
And Ben, you picked the wrong color shirt too because it is totally going off with the green screen. Don't do that again.
Shout out to Pecky for giving me t-shirts.
Yeah, but you've been to Japan quite a few times as well.
Okay, yeah, I've been to Japan 3 times.
3 times?
Every time I go out, every year. Yeah,
and
the
you
last
got
3 years.
a car at Ebisu?
We had an R32 at Ebisu, I believe. Okay, we sold the car back at the end of our trip. I believe a friend of our friends from NorCal, it's their buddy. He bought the car, is what I think would happen. Because I've seen photos of it pop up from our friends in NorCal. And they're like, hey, look at your car's still around. So if you want to drive it, let us know. Because we'll hit up our friend and, basically just let them know you want to go use the car whenever.
Yeah, wow.
But this next time we do go out, we're probably just going to pick up a JZX of some kind.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell is cheapest, if we can afford it, we'll, try to get one.
Yeah, hundreds are so fast over there. Like, it's more than enough power. So.
Oh, yeah. Plenty.
Yeah. Cool.
No, that's sick. Anyways, should we move on to the main subject?
Yeah. Let's do
a
it.
bit about drifting in America, like grassroots stuff. So, how hard is it to get into drifting in America? Like, as in, like, getting into events, getting a car, getting stuff like that. Just getting started in general.
Honestly, dude, there's almost an event every weekend if you're here in SoCal. So there's no excuse why you can't get behind the wheel and go have fun.
Yeah.
If you want to buy something cheap that you can, go beat on and learn how to use it, there's plenty of S13s you still find with on Craigslist and on OfferUp. Those are like the 2 sales sites that we have out here. You can find them for $1,500 to $2,000. Go weld your diff for $40 and go fucking throw it. It's as easy as that.
Yeah.
That's weird. I wish we still had that cheaper S13 getting around.
Yeah.
Prices here are going through the roof on everything.
But they are in Japan too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, it's getting bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, like the way I see it, there's no excuse why you shouldn't be out there having fun. If you want to go drive, you have the opportunities, especially here in SoCal. There really is, like, you can't complain. You really can't. If you want to go drive a track, I mean, most of the fucking events that we have, they range from anywhere from $25 to $80. And that's all day event. Yeah, from like basically 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. You have plenty of time to go drive.
Wow, that's cool as.
Can you name any tracks, like say in like a 4-hour radius of you?
Oh, dude, honestly, from my front door, I can. The closest one to me would be just down the freeway. That's Adams Motorsport Track in Riverside.
Okay.
Those guys have drift night, drift and time attack night. They switch over back and forth. I think it's like $20 for an hour or two to go drive. Okay. So just roll inside, do tech inspection, and like their tech is basic as all hell. As long as you have a seatbelt and a steering wheel and a seat that's not going to fucking break, all your lug nuts are on there and no major leaks and a battery tie down, you can have a fucking ratchet strap over your battery. As long as it's not going to fucking fly out of the car, you're game to get on the track.
Sounds like QR.
That's basically QR if they even check.
Yeah, if they check it.
Speaking of not checking, that would be our main track that we drive that you guys probably seen in a lot of videos. It's the place where Super D Matsuri's been held the last 2 years. Okay. That would be Grange Motorsports Circuit in Apple Valley, California. Yeah. That's up in the desert. Yeah. It's not bad. It's from my front door to Grange up in the desert. I think it's 72 miles exactly. You have to go down a dirt road to get to Grange. It's about a mile. It gets pretty bad because a lot of rocks and shit. But there's dudes who've gone out there and, 4-doors who scrape frame and they make it there. So there's no excuse for you to be afraid to get drive your car on that dirt road to get out there.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Cool.
That's sick. Yeah, I wish we had a few different tracks like that getting around here to be rad.
Well, yeah, Grange kind of sounds like Rally almost.
Yeah, it is. Grange looks awesome. I'd love to go over there and drive it.
We're pretty lucky to have Grange, to be honest with you, dude, because we rented the track out personally more than once. And on a weekday, Monday through Friday, to rent the track out completely for yourself. It doesn't matter if it's just you by yourself or it's 30 of your fucking friends. You can rent the track out for, I think, $500.
Yeah, right.
And then on the weekend's like $700.
Okay.
That's not bad considering it's like 10 to hire out Archie.
Dude, if you got 10 of your friends together and everybody pitched in $100, you guys could have all the fees paid for to go on the track, and you'd have money to have a barbecue. Like, it's not a bad deal.
No, that is a rad deal.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Yeah. And that's like what, an hour away, basically.
70 miles. That's maybe an hour and 20 minutes, give or take. In the Corolla, it's a lot fucking slower, so I gotta baby that car. Yeah. It's not the 1J Cressida. Yeah.
I really love there's another track, I'm pretty sure it's in that vicinity as well, and you're going up the hill to and then it goes into a right-hander and starts going back down.
You guys, that's Horse Thief Mile. Yes. That's
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Horse Thief.
It's on the side of the mountain. It goes like up, does the big U, comes back down, and back up to the left and everything. I know the one you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but it's in like desert.
Yeah, it's in the desert.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Horse Thief.
Okay.
Yeah. So that track, there's like 3 tracks right there. There's Horse Thief, there's Balcony, and then there's I think it's Big Willow or something. I think that's Willow Springs.
Yeah, Willow Springs.
That's what it is. Yeah. It's Willow Springs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But those that track costs a little bit more to drive. It's still not that bad, honestly. I think All-Star Bash is coming up. That's a big event that they do once a year, and I think it's about $250 to drive for 2 days straight.
That's pretty
and
good.
You can use all 3 of the tracks too, so it's not that bad.
That's real good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's so there's like honestly, that? Like I said, you know what? I don't know who runs All-Star Bash.
Okay. I've heard that name before.
Yeah, there's been heaps of videos pop up from it in the past.
It's a huge fucking event, dude. Like it's mostly grassroots, but a lot of pro-am guys come out and pro drivers, but they bring like their personal cars to come party and have fun, basically.
Yeah.
Sounds like our Drift Matsuri.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's.
What's the track where they do the big event? Not the music festival event that I'm my mind's gone. It's Sunday, but the one that's like the one that was in Poland, the American version of
what for like Super D.
No. Matsuri event with that has all the really nice cars that I should know the name of, and I do know it, but my mind's
Final Bout.
That's the one.
Yeah, Final Bout. Yeah.
Yeah. Where's that?
Final Bout.
Where's that?
They drove at Grange as well.
No, dude, I think
no, it's the one in the foresty area. That really tight small track.
Yeah, it's held at I think it's US Air is the track name.
Yeah, US Air and Pat's Acres Racing.
Is it Pat's Acres? Yeah,
because we have it on Assetto Corsa, but I don't think that's in Cali.
How far away is that?
Honestly, well, Super D, I think it's split into several different several different events now. I think they have the West event, they have the Midwest, and they have the East Coast or something like that.
Yeah.
So I know the West Coast event is it's in Oregon. So from here in SoCal up to Oregon, I think it's that's Park Racecourse or whatever it is.
Yeah, Pat's Acres. Yeah, that's the one.
That's it. Yeah, Pat's Acres. That's maybe about a day and a half drive. Yeah, maybe 2 days.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Yeah, that's if you cruising up there and have
doable.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. And then the main course that you guys see from Final Bout videos all the time, which is like the U.S. Airfield place.
Yeah.
That's fucking 2,500 miles away from here. That's over in the Midwest. That's not doable.
Yeah. Okay.
A big ass drive.
Yeah, America's pretty big.
Yeah.
So how far would it be for you to get down to like Lone Star drifts down in Texas and stuff like that? How far away would that be, roughly?
For me to drive out to Texas, I can make it out there in about a day and a half.
Oh, okay. That's closer than I thought that would be. Okay.
It's pretty easy to get over to Texas because once you get out of town and away from population, you just catch the 40 or the 10 freeway and you fly all the way out there. You can be there day and a half, if maybe 2 days, if you and your friend switch drivers or whatever. Yeah, but it's totally doable to get out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's sick.
Interesting. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
No,
okay. Right. And do they do what's the music festival event one called that was only on recently?
Grid Life.
Grid Life. Is there a Grid Life near SoCal at all? Because they do multiple events too.
No, Grid Life is actually on the East Coast.
Only. I thought they did a Grid Life Midwest too.
I don't think so.
Did they?
Yeah, I swear they did.
You know what? I don't follow Grid Life.
Look it up.
Yeah,
because I swear that they did a Grid Life in multiple different places. So I know they do that at that Atlanta, which is obviously East Coast, but I swear that they do a different one. But yeah.
I thought they just did it that one big festival where like they had everything going on for like a week straight. Well, not a week, but a couple weeks straight.
Yeah, or something. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, there's something about it.
Yeah.
Grid Life Midwest Festival.
Grid Life Midwest.
Gingerman Raceway. There you go. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Some research for you to do later.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Some place in bumfuck Egypt I never heard
of. Sorry to all our fans in Gingerman. Yeah. Okay. What else we got, Ben?
So, general costs over there, like how much does fuel cost? How much do you spend on like tires in general?
Because we're probably like $1.50 US for our premium, our high spec.
Yeah, for our
fuel.
98 is
our 98 is it'd be your highest RON of normal fuel. Yeah, basically.
Well, the three main fuels you can get in California would be like I think it's the highest you can get is 91. I know that.
Yeah.
I think it's 87. 87. No, sorry. Yeah, something like that. Whatever. I put 91 in all my cars. I can't think right now. I'm fucking totally out of it. But gas prices right now in SoCal, they're outrageous. I think it's like $4.20 for 1 gallon.
How many gallons in a liter? You should know this.
I've got no fucking clue. I drive a truck for a living. I'm not a math teacher.
Oh man, I was watching a video last night on shortening a diff, and they're doing it all in inches. I'm like, man, fractions are killing me. I haven't done this shit since high school.
3.7 liters. So basically, they're way cheaper than us.
So say that price again. What was that price?
$4.20.
Like $4.20 American
for a gallon.
Yes.
So you're paying like $1.05 American a liter. Wow, we're paying like $1.50 American a liter. So
for the same fuel.
So
well, you guys are fucked. So
yeah. But Japan's even higher. They're up around the $2 per liter or higher. New Zealand's like $2.
$2.44 today.
Yeah, that cost in Japan definitely hit me in the pocket because we had a 10-person van.
Yeah.
And with the toll roads and the gas and it was loaded with 6 fat Americans and 2 fat Japanese dudes. So yeah, we were killing that fucking fuel, trust me.
Oh yeah, I bet. Especially with how mountainy it is over there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
But the prices out here for everything, it's honestly
like what's tire price?
It's always higher.
You reckon? Tire
prices, like, well, you know how it is. So like the bigger the tire, the more expensive it's going to be.
Let's just go 235 whatever 235 35 17. Is that what normal?
235 45 17.
Yeah,
225 40
45.
18s.
Yeah.
The cheapo ones would be like maybe $65 a piece. For the better ones, maybe $80 a piece.
True.
I nearly think we're pretty well on par.
I'd say, out of a tire shop, that's definitely on par unless you're getting it, from the supplier. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
That's probably what we pay. So.
Yeah. So the 14-inch tire you see behind me on the Hoshino wheel, that I think that's like a 195/60 14 on there.
Yeah.
You can get those for like $45 a piece. Okay. So that's like the cheap. That's just a burner tire. That's all it is.
Yeah. That's pretty good for retail.
That's definitely good for retail.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think for a 185/60 14, I only pay 30 American for here. So,
but you get that wholesale though.
But that's like good boy price,
Yeah, that's like
that's full mates rates.
Full mates rates.
I was telling Ben about this. I recently scored this deal on the internet. Walmart.com. I don't know if you guys have that out there. Walmart.
No.
It's a huge store chain out here in the States. It's every fucking 10 feet you see one. These guys had a deal on 195/50 R15 tires, and I eat those day and night in the Cressida with the 1J.
Yeah.
They had them listed $26 a piece.
Whoa,
so
that's good. Yeah.
I grabbed my credit card and ordered $450 worth of tires.
I thought you were going to say 400 tires. I'm like, Jesus.
I didn't even fucking think twice. I literally pulled my credit card out and I'm like, well, before someone realizes they fucked up, I'm buying out every single tire they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So
nice.
I had like, I think 14 tires or something delivered to my front door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
good. The best part was, I think the delivery dude from FedEx was pissed off that he had to carry all those fucking tires to my front door.
Did you just start throwing them at your door?
No, he purposely barricaded my front door by stacking the tires as he could. Yeah, so when I came home, I had to actually unstack the tires just to get to my front door. Yeah.
I've heard like the USPS guys will just like throw, like, it doesn't matter if you got a new iPhone in a box, like if they're delivering that, they'll just like throw it at your door. Like, they just don't care.
That is an actual thing, dude. They catch them all the fucking time on camera. They're just like headphones on, listening to the jam.
Yeah.
Throw the truck in neutral, jump out, throw the box as hard as they can at your front door, and keep going. Yeah. They don't have time for your bullshit. They don't care about your iPhone. Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's classic.
What other prices do you want to know about? What do you pay for a set of coilovers? They even say BCs.
Yeah.
I think BC coilovers go for like, I think $700 to $1,200. Like,
that's pretty similar. So. Yeah, that's pretty good to us. Yeah. We'll probably start at like 1,100 Australian for a set for like an S13 or something. Unless you get them on like a deal. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. I think the cheapest set of coilovers you can get that's like a decent set would be like Megan or Godspeed Racing. And like those guys are local down the street. You can go get a full set of coilovers from those guys for like $600, $700.
Wow. Yeah, right.
And they'll hold up plenty. No issues whatsoever.
Yeah. That's what you want, eh? Any other parts? Well, how hard is it to find those wheels that are behind you there?
That's a good question, actually.
Like for 86s and stuff.
We have a lot of dudes who import wheels right now. So we have all these companies who are rebuilding stuff. So you have like 3-Piece USA. I think you have Wheel Flip. You've got who else is out there? Shit, my mind's going blank right now. VR Wheels. So like those are like the main big dudes, I guess you would say, who like rebuild wheels and they stock like new lips, new barrels. They machine the faces. They do all the work and put everything back together for you for a price. Those guys drag a lot of wheels back from Japan and they bring them in literally in container full of like wheels, and they list them for a pretty decent price. It's about the same price you would get from ordering over like Kruger or like Yahoo Auctions.
Yeah.
So like at least you can walk inside there and inspect the wheel. and check it out to see if like you actually like that, or if there's any damages or whatever. But you can probably get a pair of the wheels behind me for like $300, maybe $350.
Okay.
But not in that spec though. You'd have to, you come in some shitty +5 spec or whatever on it.
Yeah. That's pretty similar, I guess, to us. But I think the thing
we don't have is people that actually bring wheels in and rebuild them. We've only really got Barrel Bros, and then if they're bringing stuff in, it's stuff they know they'll sell straight away.
Yeah.
Other than that, they just rebuild.
Gotcha.
They rebuild wheels that we fuck up, essentially.
I think our prices on wheels are decent. It's the availability. That's the hard part,
Got you.
The amount of people chasing wheels.
Back like 5-6 years ago, there was shitloads, but
oh man, it's
just
like,
not anymore.
But then you look at it, like a lot of the new people don't bother going for like decent-ish wheels. They'll just go with Rotor or Bob Jane specials from your tire shop.
He doesn't know what Bob Jane is.
Your tire shop special wheels.
Whenever I find wheels in Japan, I bring them home and I ship them and stuff. This last time to Japan, I found a really decent set of a pair of Equipo 3s, and I didn't want to ship them back because I was kind of out of money at that point because I was just spending money like a fucking animal. So I got a bunch of my t-shirts and stuff that I knew I always bring this stuff with me to Japan. Like, if I need to let go of it and throw it in the trash can to bring home cool shit, I will throw my shit in the trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stacked my 2 wheels in my under the plane bag.
Yep.
And I just wrapped them up with my t-shirts and whatever else I could, but whatever else didn't fit got thrown in the trash can, and I brought them home under the plane. I didn't give a fuck, and there was no damage to them. I ended up lucking out.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing something similar when I come back, actually. So, yeah. Because retardies and stuff are dirt cheap over there. Yeah. Yeah, when you find a good deal, dude, you can't let it go, honestly. Yeah.
You got to hop on it.
100%.
So, another thing, I guess, with cars, if we're going to talk about prices, how much are you guys paying for an actual car that has to be imported? So say like a Laurel or a Safiro or an R32, they can now be imported, and cars that can be imported.
Honestly, the prices are kind of high for those right now because
they know that kind of high, because they might not be our kind of high.
They might be totally different from you guys. Yeah. You see like Laurels, like C33s and A31 Safiros, they're being sold right now. Like a decent one will probably go for like anywhere from 7,000 to 11,000 American. Yeah.
Okay, so like 10 to 15.
Yeah, about 10 to 15 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty standard. It's pretty
not too bad, eh?
Yeah.
It's about what we'd pay for something
for a good one, like for a decent one. Yeah.
For if you want to find like a nicer one, maybe even a JZX90 right now. I know a friend of mine recently, Sergio from Animal Auto. He picked up a JZX90. I think he was telling me it was like 14,000, like out the door in his hand. Yeah,
that's pretty high. So, but they're getting up there.
90s are getting up there. If it's a 90 Mark II, you'd be looking at like 11 Australian for that.
Which is only like 9,000 American.
He got a virgin JZX90 though. This thing is unmolested, perfect interior, perfect exterior. Like that car is amazing. He actually drove it back, I think, from the East Coast all the way back here to the West Coast.
Yeah,
didn't have one fucking problem. That car is great.
That's it.
Yeah,
true. How much would you pay for something out of the box ready to go drifting though? So let's say S14, you want essentially like SR coilovers, knuckles,
coilovers, some decent wheels,
LSD,
a little bit of an angle
cage,
kit on there.
Because you guys need cages for a fair few events, don't you too?
Some tracks require cage to tandem. The tracks that we have locally here, they usually don't. So like Grange, it's basically the wild fucking west. We don't have to have. There's half the dudes go out there and they have like fuel leaks and oil dropping on the floor, and they're like, "Fucking send it, just go." Yeah, these it's like a decent car. You can probably pick one up right now, like tonight on Craigslist, maybe $5,000 for like a decent running SR. You can literally change the fluid. Yes, and like there's an abundance of them. Like change the fluids on them, new tires on the rear. Go throw that bitch in the corner. Yeah.
That's definitely something that we can't do. Even if we had like the $10,000 to spend,
Yeah.
you're still looking for the right
You're
one.
still looking for something that
suits your purpose. Like it's this one's got that, or this one's stock, or something like that. But you're not just going to get a package these days. 5 years ago,
but now everyone just parts them out because they make more money.
They make more money parting them.
A lot of cats are doing that over here too. They honestly, it's easier to part the car out and sell it like that than it is to have some kid roll by the house and try to give you what your asking price is for the vehicle.
Yeah. And you guys can get 32s and stuff now. Was there an abundance of them that came in that you saw, or did it just not really happen?
No, there was already a lot of those cars here. There's a lot of 32s. There was already quite a few dudes over here with like A31 Saphiros and stuff.
How did they? A31s, I can understand they're a little bit older, but like 32s aren't.
Well, the reason, like here in California, you have to have a car has to be 25 years or older for it to legally be brought in here. But if you bring it in, I believe it's through like Florida, who's on the East Coast.
Oh.
You can bring in an S15 from what I've heard, and they won't stop you.
Because I've heard of people doing it from Canada to America because they can get everything.
You can do that as well. Yeah, you can bring it down from up top. Yeah.
So could you find an S15 if you were looking for one?
I think there's two dudes down here in SoCal who have S15s. I know there was a red one that was going for sale. I think the guy was asking $25,000 for it.
Okay.
You can find one if you want it. You can honestly, if you have the money for something, you can go find it in SoCal. You want to buy a baby straight cash, you can go buy a live human being. Yeah. As long as you've got the cash to back it up, you can find it.
Far out.
Okay, so and even though they got brought through Florida and they're meant to be 25 years and older or older to have them in California, if you get pulled into that ref thing that you were talking about, can they ping you or anything still?
That's actually I think it's a federal crime, so you're going to jail for that.
Even though it came in through Florida?
Yeah, if it's not legally brought in and wasn't properly done, like the paperwork and stuff and the deregistration of the vehicle, and then properly brought here into the States, the federal government will go after you for that. Yeah, so they were seizing a bunch of, what are they called? Range Rovers, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. People were bringing in like the Defenders or whatever the hell they are. They were bringing those in, and the government was going to people's houses, to their front door, with a warrant to search the property and seize the vehicle and take it in.
Far out. That's hectic.
Yeah, so they will embarrass the fuck out of you, and yes, they will make sure they get their money. They'll come after you. It's just best to wait it out and make sure you do everything properly before you do something dumb and fuck up.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
And bringing engines in, can you just bring whatever the fuck you want? Or is there...
You can bring whatever you want, but it's put in a vehicle that is registered for the road is what's going to get you in trouble. That's where you
get in the dramas. Yeah.
That's where you get busted for. Yeah. It's honestly, you can swap just about anything in any other state, but here in California, it's a pain in the ass because even like a brand new car, the federal government does the smog emissions testing on it and stuff, but California doesn't recognize the federal governments because they want it to be more strict. So here in Cali, we actually...
Did we lose him?
Internet?
That's his internet. Damn.
Oh, no.
We'll get him on in a sec. Well, while we're waiting for him to come back, we might as well go to some news.
You want to flip the screen over?
Yeah, I will. So we're not stuck on it. I'll flip it over to this one, actually.
So we had Drift Matsuri last weekend.
Yeah, how'd you go?
Blew turbo gasket. That was it. Car performed amazingly. Like, surprisingly, no issues at all. I didn't blow my kit up like I thought I was going to blow it up. So that was good. Drove it home. Was really scared. with highway patrol on the other side of the road. It's like drift car, chrome wheels, big body kit. I was like, oh god. No, it was good fun. Heaps of cool dudes out there. Hurt and Brandon Kaido were out there. They checked out a few of our cars and all that. That was really nice to see them interacting with like absolutely everyone. I felt a little bit bad for them actually, because it was like every second person was just there, like jumping on them. I was like hurt trying to get like something to drink, go to the bathroom, and about like 7 people on his route there just stopped him to get photos and talk with him and everything. I was like, oh damn, dude. But yeah, no, it was good. It was real fun.
Tyre went pretty good. Yeah, his car was overheating a bit though.
Had a few overheating issues with it, but apparently sorted it out in the afternoon or something. I can't remember. But yeah, we were chatting about it. But looking forward to the Gravy Garage build breakdown. So anyone in America actually be able to see some of our cool drift cars, which would be rad.
Yeah.
The Gravy boys are absolutely sick, and their cars are cool. They did another build breakdown on something else. I can't remember.
I didn't follow it, but
I'm excited to see all those videos come out.
Yeah,
and
I mean, this weekend is the last round of Formula Drift America. I haven't been following it at all, so I don't even know who's in the league to win it, but we'll soon find out. It'll probably be James Dean, but
probably.
I think he's been going pretty solid still.
Yeah, from what I've seen, everyone's been posting about him doing really good.
I really hope that it ends up being Matt Field, though, because I like that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. World Time Attack was on this weekend.
Yeah, it was definitely on this weekend.
You had a wedding to go to.
I did, and I did not go. Went to the wedding. I didn't go to World Time Attack. Steven drove. He came somewhere between 5th and 8th. His car was well down on the horsepowers.
Yeah, it was quite a few
unfortunately, he had some issues, but got a decent enough job done considering
most definitely
the problems. I think it was I'm not sure who won, but I think it was between Luke Fink and
Nakamura won and Fink came second.
Okay.
I can't remember who came third. I did write it down, but I can't find it.
I'm still cruising off them wedding vibes, so I haven't paid attention to anything. I'll try and call him back.
The team that run one of the Porsches set a brand new lap time. Yeah, like new fastest time, so they took it off MCA. So it'll be cool to see next year's one, see how many people come back and try and beat that.
Yep.
It was sick. Well, we back?
No, that's us.
That's us.
I'll try and get him back.
What else has happened in the drifting world?
Well, I know there's an event coming up as well, but I can't remember what it is. I saw it the other day. There was another event in Poland, actually.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Some people I follow on Instagram went. Can't remember anything about it because I'm still vibing off that wedding. But there was another event in Poland that some I'm pretty sure it was Americans went to, some like famous-ish Americans went to. But I don't know, I don't think there's that much news, like especially with Formula Drift being on, not many places are really trying to push their events. Yeah, and World Time Attack here, like that's pretty much all the pro drivers in the world. I don't even know what D1s, how they're going. They must be almost over
they had,
for the year
they had a few D1 drivers down there. I'm pretty sure Drift Samurai showed up to World Time Attack. Sachia was there.
Yeah, Sachia is there.
My mate brought me Sachia air fresheners for the 8.6, so when that's finally painted and looking nice, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I was like,
I've just been building a 7 age, so
home port job hopefully going to go all right.
Yeah, should be mint. Fuck, he's not answering.
I wonder if his computer died.
I reckon it might have. Can you message him and tell him to just go Skype on his phone? I'll end this. Jeez, this is terrible that we've got no views. We got no views at the moment. But anyway, yeah. Worst case, if he doesn't come on in the next couple of minutes, we might just have to call it. Do an early one. I don't even know how long we were going for. We've been going for an hour, so
yeah. No, there's definitely some cool information in that, anyways.
Yeah. Well, I think we might just call it.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have to get him back on when I come back from Japan, which I'll be
for
at
part 2.
in. I'll be at Abisu from the 8th. So if you're heading along,
we're doing Archie on the. Was it the 4th or the 6th? 4th. Definitely the 4th.
Yeah, because 2 or 3 days before I go. So
yeah, we're doing.
Fun. Oh, hang on. He said he's coming back, and his dogs unplugged the router. Give us a couple of minutes, and we'll get him back.
So we'll be down at Archie on the 4th. So come say hi. Watch me not stack it. Hopefully, that'd be really bad. We'll be out there. Brendan's going to be bringing the JIS, and I'll be.
Well, how did his car go actually at Matsuri?
Really well. Yeah? We worked out that his car runs like 17 pound of boost, and it's like the fastest thing in the world. It's ridiculous. Okay. It was keeping up with like 500 horsepower cars like miraculously.
Yeah. We should ask him about the Altez's and the IS300s over there, because that's a pretty popular car along with the 350Zs over in America.
After going passenger in it on the weekend, I can see why. They drive really nice. Like, just put a set of knuckles in it and a diff and some coilovers, and
as
long as you have an NA2J, you're all sweet.
Yeah, well, what gearbox is in his car?
So he's got a R154.
He is running the R154.
JZX100 rear end, like diff and axles. So that's all sweet. Like, it's all done properly. Running like a front mount, and like 16 pound of boost, and it's
my old JZX100 was on 16 pound, and that was fine too.
Yeah, that rocket ship compared to the 34, like no chance.
Oh a J over an RB any day, man.
Like, making me think about Power FC and better turbos and stuff that isn't made of plastic. But I'm keen. So we plan to drive there. We also want to do the next Matsuri again, because even though it's a lot of work to get there, it is a shit ton of fun being out there on track for 2 days.
And how many tires did you buy, and how many did you use?
So Brendan bought 20, used 2 pairs. I bought 16 and used 1.5 pairs.
Not ideal.
And Aaron was going to buy 10, then dropped down to 8, and we all gave him shit about, oh yeah, good to see that you plan to drive all of Matsuri. He didn't even use a pair. He stopped driving on one pair because he's like, oh, it's got too many flat spots on it. I'm like, no flat spots on it. But he's like...
There was that big accident at Matsuri too.
Oh yeah, on Ashley Jack. Came in on a short track, unfortunately, and rode his car. It rained for all of 20 seconds, and Travel will be able to tell you about that.
The same thing happened to me.
The water sits on top, and he came in and just flicked it.
Top of third.
Didn't come back, and it just flew straight into the wall. It was hectic. It was such a big hit. It actually moved the whole back of his S13 to where the rear partial shelf was.
But not only that, we hit so hard in the back that it actually folded the bonnet.
Yeah, the bonnet.
He backed it into the wall, but it still folded the bonnet and bent the sill under the door.
Yeah,
and the whole car crumpled.
Snapped the seats, and the Nardi that he was bracing himself on broke with it.
Well, it was probably fake, but
no, it was a real one. 100%.
I find that very hard to believe.
100%. I've known Ash for ages as a genuine Nardi wood grain. And
wood grain, they're usually real.
Yeah. So no, it was a big hit.
Yeah, wow.
That stuff kind of it gets scary. You can see how quickly it goes. But thankfully him and his passenger were all right.
Yep.
Thankfully they hit back on and not side on. So
yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give him a try. Hopefully he answers. And
it's not the Drift Podcast if we don't have technical difficulties.
Well, it is, isn't it? So
we had technical difficulties starting.
Yeah, it just means more that I've got to cut out for the audio only listeners too. So have we got anything else? I wish we could pause this. Actually, I wonder. us now. Okay, and we're back.
You want to close your little window?
Oh yeah, I'll close that. We're back again.
Slight technical
difficulties with dogs, but we're back.
Yeah, sorry everybody. My dogs are unplugging, Wi-Fi routers. I'm sorry.
As I said with every episode, it wouldn't be the Drift Podcast if there wasn't some form of technical difficulty.
Some shit that goes wrong. Yeah, I know.
Oh, I better shut this door, actually. Yeah.
All right, you run. Anyways, so yeah, back to all of it. So yeah, drift days, how often are they held? What it's to do with, like your tech inspections? Because obviously we've seen on some internet videos that they're a lot more intense than ours, and general rules that you have at your tracks and stuff. I guess, we don't have a whole lot when it comes to drifting, but America.
Yeah, is there like continuous trains, or is it stop and wait?
Yeah,
or is
like
it different at different
tandem
tracks?
Rules and stuff like that.
Honestly, everything depends on the event organizer and who's throwing the event and how they want to run that shit. So most of the time, like at Grange, it's open circuit. Like, hop on the track, go out there at your own risk. You should know that where your skill level's at. Don't lie to yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If you want to tandem with somebody, or you want to at least chase them and get close, you need to let them know first off, like, hey man, like, you don't have to tell them ahead of time. When you're on the track and you're at the top of the straightaway and you're waiting there, it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You want to run with me? Yes, no, and then like call it out from there. Kind of yell at each other and be like, hey man, you get close to me, you lead, I follow, or vice versa. Or, hey, don't get too close to me, I need to drive my car home. But chase me basically. I want pressure to be put on me. I want to learn how to stay on throttle at all times, and I need a little bit of pressure from behind.
Yeah.
So it all depends on like I said, the event organizers and how they run the circuit, and then the drivers themselves. On a bigger event, because they'll organize it a little bit differently. Something like I think Rival Drift Series just happened. Those guys did it like I think in run groups. I think you had to pull onto the track in a big ass line of cars. You guys waited, and then like you grouped up with what friends you wanted to drive with, and then you guys jumped out on the track together and had fun. But you did have to wait. And you had to actually, sit in line and wait for someone to tell you to go back on the track.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I rather drive something like an open circuit, because it's way more fun, and I feel like you get more like use of the day basically. Because like you would think, it'd be crazy and hectic, but it's actually not. Everyone there after during that driver's meeting kind of lay down the law with everyone, like, hey, look at, if you don't have the skill set to transition and link the entire course at your own pace, you don't have any business trying to chase somebody and trying to get close to them.
Yeah.
Like, you need to back the fuck off a little bit.
Yeah.
But people, they know who to drive with. Some guys, they don't give a shit, and their friends don't give a shit. We'll let them go out there and, crash their cars, but don't get close to us. But no one's ever really stepped over the line. You know what I mean? There's always been that boundary, and everyone's super level-headed and very cool about it. So yeah. I've never had a problem with anybody getting too close to me that I didn't know. Everyone kind of keeps their distance. You drive, half the day, and you see how that driver is, and you're like, hey, man, you're throwing down, and I've been keeping up with you, so like you might have get close to you still, and like you just go from there basically.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
That's how most of the grassroots events are thrown.
What about comps then for grassroots comps? Have you been to any or?
No. I haven't done any kind of contests. No.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that either.
Yeah.
So yeah, how hectic are your tech inspections usually? Because I know for Matsuri we had to get our cars inspected, and basically all they did was check that you have a battery clamp and that your covers are taped up, your seat's bolted in, your brake lights work, and you have a safety belt.
Well, we spoke a little bit about Grange.
Yeah, but like,
what about some of the other courses?
Yeah, like in general.
So I've done tech inspection before. I've done it like 2 or 3 times now, where I'm the one who solely does everything. Usually I do that for the Andy's Tires. Andy's Tires is our local tire shop here. He's well known for helping the drifting community out. He has his own little events that he throws, and he rents the track out, and he basically has an open roster, but at the same time he brings in a lot of homies. So he tells friends like, hey, just come out, come drive, and give me half the price, and just have it more family oriented type of thing. You know what I mean? Like keep close friends, on the track driving together. So like he has me do the tech inspection, and when I do the tech inspection, I'm not going to say I'm lenient on anything, but I just ask of certain things, and like you have to have all your lug nuts. Don't be an asshole. You have to have, no major leaks. If you have a Corolla, you're going to be leaking oil no matter what. That motor could be brand new. The Corolla's going to leak oil. So it doesn't matter. For something like that, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit of oil, it's whatever. But if you're pissing fuel out of like a fuel line somewhere, you need to get your shit off the track and go get it fixed. I was looking make sure that if you had a 4-point harness, your 4-point harness was installed correctly. And it had to be, it has to be in the right angle.
Yeah.
You can't have it going straight down your back. Yeah. You can't have it going, it has to be within either off your shoulders or in a little bit of an angle. Yeah. But I had dudes who came up to me that had it going straight down behind their butt. Oh. And I'm like, you're gonna snap your collarbone or break your neck in an accident. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So there's those things. If you don't have a 4-point harness, or if you don't know how to install your 4-point harness and you're doing shit wrong, you need to stick with your 2-point harness. It's okay to have a 2-point harness on a bucket seat.
Yep.
The bucket seat itself, also make sure that thing is in place.
Yeah.
If I grab it and I shake the bucket seat and that thing moves or it clunks or it cracks and make noise, dude, you can't have this on the track, because in case there is an accident where you do hit the wall or you do hit somebody else, we don't want that bucket seat breaking and you punching through your windshield.
Yeah.
So there's that. If you had a quick release and an aftermarket steering wheel, everything had to be tight. It couldn't be jiggling around. And then battery tie down. As long as you had some kind of a tie down that wasn't a bungee cord, I was cool with it.
Yeah.
There was a couple of cats that came up to me and they didn't have a battery tie down, but I was like, hey, but you have a ratchet strap from your trailer. You trailered your car up to the track. You can wrap that bitch around the battery and crank it down. Totally okay with that, because you're guaranteeing that motherfucker's not going to come out of the car. Yeah, they would come back to me with a ratchet strap over their battery, and I'm like, cool, nothing's touching the terminals, and the ratchet part is tucked away, and the rest of the actual strap has been tied up or zip tied off to the side. You're good to go on the track.
Yeah,
we're pretty lenient. When it came to like actual track etiquette, though, I asked everybody not to get out of their cars. If you did, okay, so there's only like 2 reasons you should get out of your car. 1, it's on fire, and number 2, the track is dead cold and no one's driving at the time. Maybe we're pulling somebody out of a dirt pit or whatever. If we're gonna take 15-20 minutes and you want to sit there and let the car cool down, you maybe want to get out of your car real quick and stretch your legs. That's fine. As long as you're at the top of the straightaway with the rest of the cars, do your thing. But if you go off track and you lose your fucking fake D-Max bumper, I don't want you getting out of your car, chasing that fucking broken bumper down, trying to stuff it in the trunk, while you have some other jackass kid trying to, drift right past your car and use your back bumper as a clipping point on the track. So, yeah. I try to keep everybody inside their cars. If you do go in the dirt, if you do go off course, we would go out to you. Yeah. So we were monitoring the track very closely.
Yeah.
We had flaggers at the top and the bottom of the straightaway. So if we saw something go down and we saw your car was sitting there for more than 30 seconds, obviously something's wrong. So we'd shut the track down, everyone chill out, slow it down. We'd go out there in the rescue vehicle and we would go pull you out of there.
Yeah.
So we basically, we're pretty lenient, but we do run a tight ship at the same time. But it's not stuff that you don't understand, and it's not stuff that's it's not impossible to follow those rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
We're not asking for, D1 spec roll cages and FIA certified everything. As long as you're being safe out there and nothing's gonna fall apart while you're driving, you're good. Honestly.
Yeah, sweet.
Nah, that's sick. That's how it should be run. So
yeah,
Streeto, how does that go down in police and generally just driving drift cars on the street? Because we run a bit of a risk when we do it here because we have a similar 3-point strike system for a Hoon register, but that can be done for anything. So
Ben has explained that to me a couple of times and how bad your guys' shit out is out there. I think your cops are a little bit worse than ours.
Yeah.
Because the cops out here, as long as you're not really doing anything stupid, they really don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
There are certain areas you don't want to take a modified car into at certain cities because it's a known place to get pulled over. They have nothing better to do but pull over a kid in an S13 and ask him to pop the hood and check everything from front to back. So you should know the area you're in. You should know what car you're driving. If you know you're going to be going to one of those areas or you work in that area, don't drive your drift car to work. Don't, just because you want to take a photo for IG, driving the race car to work, don't do that. That's how cops get you. So it's just using your head, basically.
Yeah.
You can drive a pretty modified car on the street. I daily the Cressida every now and then, and that thing is loud as all hell. It's straight pipe 1J. I know it looks like a grandpa car, so most cops don't actually look at it. But when I drive my 8.6, that thing is a bright blue car with big Aero on it, and it's straight pipe 4AG. It's loud as fuck, and cops do look at it. But as long as I'm keeping it under $3,000 and I'm cruising it in the slow lane, and they look over at it, they're like, oh, it's an old piece of shit. It's not worth my time to pull it over and try to find out what exactly is wrong with it, what I can give them a ticket on. So as long as it's not anything dumb, they'll just let you go. They're not going to really say anything to you. But it's like I said, it depends on the area that you're in for those cars and what you're driving.
Do you get scare tactics on the news and stuff like that about dangerous drifting drivers and stuff?
Nothing about that, but the biggest thing right now in SoCal is the big what do they call it? The big bang meets and it's called a sideshows. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Is that the one where they close off intersections? They cut
yes.
I saw that.
That's it. Yeah, we fucking hate anybody who's watching this and you do that bullshit. You're gonna catch these fucking hands because you're fucking everything up in SoCal. You really are.
Yeah, right. So what exactly is it?
Honestly, it's just a bunch of wild fucking animals with a bunch of V6 Dodge Challengers.
So Commodores in America.
Yeah, basically, it's all the Commodore own. It's Logan skids, but in an intersection.
Whoa.
Yes.
And they're close it off, and there's hundreds of people. Whoa. And the videos...
No, there's... let me correct you. There's thousands of
there
people.
You go.
What?
Thousands.
Yeah, it's
thousands of fucking.
What?
And,
yeah.
The last video I saw pop up, I'm pretty sure you shared it, was people were throwing bottles and stuff at police, and the police were trying to get into the group. It was crazy. It was just nuts. It was a riot.
What the
There
hell?
was a really big one that happened, and this happens literally every weekend. So there's probably one going on right now, if not more than one.
Whoa!
And they usually hit the same areas. So cops, their patience right now is wearing very fucking thin, and they don't want to deal with it anymore because they've been stepping over the line. It hasn't just been doing burnouts and a big mass crowd. It's beginning to the point where they're attacking cops. They're blocking cops as they're getting in front of the cop cars and they're holding on to the push bars in the front of it to not let the cops chase after the guys who are doing burnouts.
Ooh.
There was also incident where it's a YouTube video, you can probably still find it, where this dude was shooting bottle rockets at the helicopter that was flying over.
No way.
Yeah, so it's getting out of hand, dude. Oh, and then recently, I think it was maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, They did this bullshit at a some parking lot, some mall. I think it was Hacienda Heights, which is not too far from my house. Some parking lot where a security guard and a little Toyota Helix rolled up, and he asked everybody to leave. You need to get the fuck out of here. Cannot be in this parking lot doing this BS. And they got into a fight with the security officer. They ended up beating him pretty bad, and then they destroyed his truck on video.
No way.
Dude, it's like I said, it's a bunch of wild fucking animals who are doing that shit. So the street scene right now, it's pretty bad. Like, we can't even go to like meets and hang out anymore. If it's getting that bad with the cops in certain areas. Like in my area where I live, my city, I don't get messed with. I can drive around all day long fucking with, bad registration on my car. And like, as long as the cop isn't, attracted to the car and isn't staring me down, I can roll past him. But in certain areas, they're out there looking for any kind of modified vehicle right now. So it's pretty bad. Yeah.
That's hectic, eh? Like it makes what we have an issue here look like nothing. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like bit of like street drifting, did that used to be a big thing there, or because like it's still a thing here, but it's gotten really small now that like companies put up security cameras facing the road or a teardrop where you'd go drifting. So it's more or less mountains now. But does it still happen over there?
You can still street out here. You're at your own risk. If you get caught street drifting, you can get a pretty big ticket for doing that. They would consider it unsafe driving or reckless driving, and that's a pretty big fucking hit to your license. Like someone like me, I stopped street driving for one reason. It's because I drive an 18-wheeler for a living. So like my commercial driver's license, I can't risk that just to have a little bit of fun. So I completely stopped doing any kind of street shit.
Especially for the price of the trucks and how close you are to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like I'll just save my money, save my tires, and wait for a track event and just go kill it out there and then have fun. You know what I mean? Where it's safe and whatever. But like I do know guys who still go out there and street regularly, and we have a lot of hills here in SoCal, a lot of canyon roads and shit you can go hit that literally are the closest one here is like Glendora Mountain Road, which you would call GMR. Pretty famous road. It's maybe 15 minutes from my house, and like that's plenty of fucking places to go street up in those hills. Yeah. And the cops up there, 9 times out of 10, you can go up there and have a little bit of fun and then dip out of there as long as you're not doing anything stupid or going too fast. But they do have patrols that roll through there every now and then, so you have to be careful. Even rolling in there with a big group, if they see you rolling into the hills in a big group, they'll pull you guys over before you make it inside. So, like I said, it's at your own risk. You just gotta know. You gotta know where you're going and like who's there and what area you're in. It's like what hills you're going into. But I think the best way to do any kind of street driving out here is like don't tell anybody you're going. Maybe 1 or 2 friends. You know what I mean? Like nothing too crazy. Yeah, because if you go in a big ass group or like you put that out in public that you're doing it, you're just going to attract a bunch of other idiots. You don't want that.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
I think
so. Yeah, just what's your general thoughts on like America's drift scene in general? Just like a rundown of what you think it is, because we think it's pretty rad. Like you've got a bit of everything over there, but
I think we have a pretty unique drifting community here. It's anything that you want to get into, you can honestly get into it. So if you want to do just straight grassroots stuff, there's plenty of events and there's plenty of people you can share, your passion with, your camaraderie, basically. So like we have our 2-3 times a year, we have our Corolla Matsuri thrown by a personal friend of mine, Andrew Goodluck. He throws it. I think it's the biggest American or North American gathering of old Toyotas. So sometimes we get up to like 60 to 70 8.6s out there on the track. It's pretty rad. And like, that's a pretty cool grassroots drifting event. We have, Jimmy Up. I'm wearing his jacket right now. Mikey Mancuso. He's the owner of Jimmy Up. we just had his event recently. That was like maybe a month ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago. And that's a really good, big grassroots drifting event where a lot of cats come out and like you see some gnarly fucking driving. You see some very cool cars, very unique style. It's a little bit of everything's there. So like I know for sure Mikey he's a big part of the community. Andy's Tires, another huge part of the grassroots drifting community. Yeah, he helps out the pro-am guys, and yeah, he helps out the pro drivers and stuff. But like he's still true to heart. Him and his son who run the shop, they really do a big part for the grassroots guys. They know that a lot of us are struggling. No, a lot of us can't afford brand new tires every single event. So they're definitely out there to hook people up and help them out and, you know, do their best to get you out there if you want to drive. If you're showing that you want to get out there, it's plenty, you know, there's plenty of help to get out there basically. Then you have like your pro-am dudes and stuff. So you have like your bigger events, plenty of those. So like you have, I think All-Star Bash, you have like Rival Drift Series, you have, I think there's a couple of pro-am, events that you can do to get up in there if you want to go further up into your driving, like for to do Pro 2 or Formula Drift, do actual pro driving.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can do that stuff. Yeah. There's our community. It's huge. Like I said, there's events almost every weekend. So yeah, there's plenty of seat time. There's plenty of seat time.
Hells yeah.
So if one thing I've always wanted to do is I've always wanted to come over to America and buy a car similar to like how I do at Ebisu and go drifting for like 2 weeks or something like that, and maybe even I was even thinking of getting like a Hatch 240 and sleeping in the back and just cruise around with that. Like, is that a doable thing? And like, what's like if I set a similar budget to what I do for Ebisu, is that like a pretty...
Honestly, you could do it, and it's totally fucking doable. If you wanted to come over here, land, you know, find yourself a car, Uber out to that person, get the car, purchase it, and you know, within those 2 weeks, just go beat the hell out of it, and then sell it back to somebody, or you know, I don't know, dump it if you want to. You could honestly do that, or you could leave it in my backyard where the rest of the cars go to die. So yeah, I'll be more than happy to take another 240 in. So it's totally doable, especially if you flew out, you knew what events were going on. Like
plan it.
Those 2 weeks.
Is there like a set season for like when drifting is more popular in SoCal, or is it more just a whole year thing because you don't snow there?
Okay, so like you just said, it doesn't snow here. So right now we're getting into winter time, and like outside right now it's like 60 degrees, and like everybody's wrapped
You're
up.
in Fahrenheit.
They're in fucking parkas right now in snow pants. They're freezing to death because Californians don't know.
I swear 60's like 30 degrees.
They're fucking dying outside right now. But no, it doesn't ever get that cold here. It doesn't snow.
It's 15 degrees.
The coldest it'll get is like... Yeah, the lowest it'll get out here... Dude, honestly, yeah. It gets to maybe 30 degrees Fahrenheit out here at the coldest. Like, it's not bad. Okay. So there's plenty... like I said, there's plenty of events, and it's all year round, dude, honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that's sick.
Well, it might be a drift podcast trip. You and me get a car each.
I'm keen.
You guys can sleep on my couch.
So there you go. And he's so close to all the places. We can just use his as a hub.
Yeah, I'll just like drive out, bike pull over, drive out, get this. It'd be sick.
So is it like? So I'm not sure which city you are in, like as to how far away it is from, say, other cities in California. Like how, like, because you got LA.
It was about 30, wasn't it? Away from
LA is about 30 minutes from my house.
That's easy. What other ones are in California? Vegas that's in Nevada, but that'd take...
Yeah, that's only a 2.5 hour drive.
Oh, that's it. So Cali's not that big, like, of a state then.
Literally, you can drive to Vegas right now in 2.5 hours and go get drunk, go gamble, do some cocaine off of a stripper's ass, and then come
back and go drifting.
Yeah, and go drifting. Yeah, and there's actually a huge up in Nevada.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
Rad.
That might be a future trip.
I'm keen. I'm definitely keen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to go for Corolla Matsuri.
Yeah, have you heard of the 8-6
I've been telling
Fest?
this boy to come out for the longest time.
I'll be the one to drag him out. Don't
You
worry.
need to bring your ass out sometime, Ben. Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm beyond keen, bro. Beyond keen.
Have you heard of 8-6 Fest? I'm not sure exactly where it's held, but that's run by my friend Antonio. He does the he does another festival as well.
Can't remember.
Yeah, actually, 8-6 Fest is honestly where they throw it is maybe 15 minutes from my house.
Dead set. I'd love to come over that because that's my friend Antonio. I met him in at Ebisu. He's a good guy. Yeah, so
I've met Antonio before as well. Yeah, he's a sweet dude.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, there we go. We'll come over for 8-6 Fest.
I like it. 8-6 Fest. 8-6.
Can you hook us up with a couple of $1,000 Corollas?
You can find them. Honestly, you can find them out here.
Dude,
yeah, you guys bring.
Done.
Honest, if you want not a JDM spec, like
how much is like a GDS,
spec,
like a relatively stock GDS?
GDS with like JDM bars on it and stuff, maybe even a 20 valve swap. You can get one right now for like anywhere from 6,000 to 10,000.
Yeah, I know what we're doing. We'll bring it home.
Yep, let's go. We'll bring it home. Drift it, bring it home. Yep, convert it to right-hand drive.
Yeah, sweet. Oh, well, thanks heaps for being on the show, man.
Yeah.
Definitely learned a lot this one.
Thank you guys for letting me come on the show and let me talk. You know?
Yeah.
No, it was awesome.
That's been awesome. And yeah, I think
keen for a future episode again.
Yeah,
touch on it would be awesome.
Yeah, let us know if you go to some sweet events, and especially if there's a big one on, like say Super D or something like that, and like I got to talk about this. Definitely let us know. Definitely keen to get you back on.
Sounds good. I need to make it out to halfway hangs for you guys. I've been telling Ben for like
bring it.
Yeah,
you can drive
4 years. Yeah,
bring the bash.
Bring the bash.
I was watching the Bring the Bash videos. I think who was it who I was watching? It was Jacob Peck.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
That boy has a beautiful fucking hairdo.
I'll make
playing with it.
Yeah. Keep an eye on his YouTube channel. He does some stuff. I saw him in Inlet Manifold the other day at Matsuri.
I let him drive the 34 at Matsuri.
Oh, did you?
I saw his recent video. It's too bad his 8.6 couldn't make it out to the recent drift event.
Yeah, like he was talking about how ridiculous it was, like how it broke. That they were screwing the throttle body in
by hand
on the dyno by hand, and it
there.
just like cracked in their hands. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Go genuine rear-wheel drive manifolds and don't go cutting shots unless you're doing it yourself and you can guarantee that you're doing it right. So.
And how much? Real quick, how much do you guys pay for a genuine rear-wheel drive 16 valve manifold?
Just the inlet manifold itself?
Yes.
I sold it to him for $250, which is getting down to mates rates. So like they're on average 300 odd.
Yeah, they're
Australian, which would be about $250 US for a complete one.
I have 4 of them sitting behind me in a pile of junk. We let those go for like $40 or $50 with a throttle body and on it.
Well, just throw a whole heap of them in your luggage when you come over for halfway
and start making money.
I think I need to bring some parts with me and just go put a blanket down.
But honestly, you're much better off to bring the headlights.
If you bring Treno fronts
if you bring Treno headlights, the complete assemblies are going for about $1,000 a set.
Ben was telling me that, and I have honestly another maybe 2 sets sitting behind me as
Don't
well.
Tell me that.
Like spare stuff. Dude, you can get them day and night, honestly.
Well, I know how we can pay for our trip. We just bring home the headlights off the cars that we buy.
Yeah, we'll just bring back.
We'll hit the junkyard where you guys are out here and make your money back.
Yeah, there we go. Sorted. All right, dude. Thanks for that.
Cheers, man.
And we'll definitely talk to you again soon.
Have a good one.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys.
See ya. Sweet.
Yeah, that was rad.
Okay. Well, that's that. I'll double check to see. I don't think we've had any comments. I think we're on a bit of an odd time for Australians.
Yeah.
And as well with our slight issues.
Yeah.
But
what can you do?
We've done well.
No, it was good fun. It was rad having Alex on.
Yeah, good guy. I'm definitely keen to talk to him again, and I'm definitely keen to get over there.
I'm super keen to go over there,
Yeah. Well,
every time I talk about it with him, it just makes me want to go more.
Yeah. Well, thanks for
listening.
watching and listening, and we'll catch you in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, we've got something pretty damn special in the works. We'll let you know more details when we get there.
Sweet as.
Awesome, guys.
Have a good one.